Hello. Welcome to Crime in Court. My name is Heather, and this is the latest hearing of Sarah Boone. This is the Suitcase M trial. I can't say those words on YouTube, but it's on the screen. So, the Suitcase M trial, Florida versus Sarah Boone. And this is Boone's first attempt at lawyering. And this was the 7/25/24 hearing. So we're going to just get right into it. So please hit that like button and let's begin.
Ms. Boone, good morning. Could you please raise your right hand so Madam Clerk can swear you in?
You swear or affirm that the testimony you should give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ma'am, good morning. Can you state your name and date of birth for the record for me?
Sarah Boone, 10-10-77.
We also have a representative from Prison Break Investigations. Sir, if you could come forward, please. If you could, sir, raise your right hand. Madam Clerk's going to go ahead and swear you in.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you should give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
All right, sir, good morning. Could you state your name for the record?
Billy Lane.
And Mr. Lane, what's your affiliation with Prison Break Investigations?
I'm the owner and chief investigator.
Okay, very good. The reason the court had this hearing this morning is the court has found that Ms. Boone has forfeited her right to counsel and waived her right to counsel alternatively by virtue of her conduct in this case. As such, Ms. Boone is currently representing herself. The court has been working diligently to provide you the discovery. I received your letter, ma'am, and I have reviewed it. We have not forgotten about you. It's just taken some time in order to coordinate the appropriate processes with the jail. In conversations with the jail, a laptop has been secured and will be issued to you after USB drives are provided with all the discovery. Upon the jail's receipt of those items, the following provisions will be adhered to. The laptop, charging cable, and USB devices will be kept in the FDC main control room when not in use. At no time will the charging cord be placed in the housing unit. Upon the return of the laptop to the FDC main control, the laptop will be placed on the charging cable to ensure it is available for the next day's usage. The laptop and USB device is to be accounted for with the control room inventory. The control room DST or CO will make logbook entries for the issuing and returning the USB device and laptop. The dorm officer will make logbook entries for the receiving and returning of these items to the applicable movement officer. A notebook entry will be completed in IMS for every issuance of the laptop and USB device to inmate Boone. The laptop and USB device will be available daily to you, Ms. Boone, between 0800 and 1600 hours. A notebook entry will be completed in IMS for every issuance of the laptop and USB device to yourself, Ms. Boone.
I have a question. I wonder if they if inmates, prisoners, if when they are representing themselves and they're given the opportunity to have a laptop, do those laptops come like equipped with internet access? Or I'm assuming probably not. I'm assuming they probably don't have internet access. And the only things you can do on it is to, access like Word documents and things like that, PDFs and I don't know, because that would make it more difficult too if you're trying to represent yourself. You can't search things on the internet, which would be so incredibly hard to learn to become your own advocate in court through. I'm just saying for like any inmate, to become your own advocate in court, you really have to research and learn about the law. And a lot of them are able to do that in the library, but I don't know if they're able to actually, and that takes a lot of work and, it's harder to do, obviously, rather than, if you just have a laptop and you can Google search whatever legal stuff you need. But I doubt she's going to have, if anybody knows or can confirm how this is done in prisons, that would be really interesting to know if they have any kind of laptop or internet access on their laptops or not. I'm assuming no, but maybe they do.
The discovery was provided at the court previously and is in the two bankers boxes that are in front of the court to your left, Mr. Lane. I'm going to order you, sir, to take possession and custody of that discovery that was provided to the court previously on June 28, 2024. You, through Prison Break Investigations, shall copy all of the discovery onto as many USB jump drives as necessary. The Judicial Administration Commission for the state of Florida shall be responsible for the fees and costs due to Prison Break Investigations for copying all of the discovery onto as many USB jump drives as necessary. You will appear for a hearing with the court on August 1st, 2024 at 8:45 in courtroom 12A of the Orange County Courthouse with the discovery and all USB jump drives containing the discovery. A representative from the Orange County Jail shall also appear for that hearing as well. At that point in time, Prison Break Investigation shall hand deliver all USB jump drives containing the discovery to the representative from the Orange County Jail in order to be placed onto the laptop that is currently secured and to be issued to the defendant for all trial and court preparation. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
I have a conflict for August 1st, Your Honor. I'm
Okay.
supposed to be out of state from Tuesday until Fridays next week, which I believe would encompass August 1st for my son's wedding.
Okay, well, congratulations. When do you return from your son's wedding, sir?
I will be back late Friday evening, so I'll be available the following week.
Okay, will you be able to complete that task by that time?
Yes, sir, I'll do my best.
Okay, sir, we will see you on give me a second, I want to make sure I get the date right. Monday, August 5 at 8:45. Okay, you'll be given a copy of the order that I just read from. Ms. Boone, you'll also be given a copy of the order. Do you have any questions for me?
I am thoroughly confused. Was a notice ever put online for this or mailed to anyone? I don't even know why Mr. Lane is here. I don't know why I'm here.
Well, ma'am, you are now representing yourself, and previously you had requested to appear at every hearing that was held.
Right? I mean, you wanted to be at every hearing. You got your wish. And now you're like, well, I don't even know why I'm here. Like, oh my God, she would be impossible to please if you were in a relationship with her or just knew her.
As you are now representing yourself, the court cannot have any hearings regarding your case without you being here. I put on the record and explained to you the process that the court has had with communications with the jail. I'm not allowed to look at any of that. I'm not allowed to copy any of that. So in speaking with the jail and understanding that you still have a private investigator that was provided to you through the state, that's being compensated by the state, you're still allowed to utilize his services. The protections of the attorney-client privilege are still applicable to him, so he's able to review any of these documents, ensure that they are safely copied without violating any terms of the privileges. Those will then be placed on multiple USB drives and provided to you. Those USB drives will then be uploaded to a computer that has been secured for you at the jail for you to access all of that information.
So she's been asking for her discovery since day one. She's like, I want all my discovery. I want it all. So now she's actually going to get it because the courts found that she could no longer use the court appointed counsel because she ran through them too fast. She was like, nah, you suck, and I'm not going to work with you anymore. So she would just write letters and complain to the judge about her attorneys. And so now she is stuck in this position where she is representing herself. She gets called to court for the first time as a pro se defendant, meaning she's representing herself. And she comes in and she's like, well, I don't even know why I'm here. And I don't know. And she's just really snotty and nasty. You're going to see in all of her answers. She, sh- she's already like called out the judge and called him certain things and whatnot and made it seem like he's out to get her. And it's wild. It's wild the way that she thinks, I think. I was going to say something else too, and now I lost my train of thought. Something about, I don't remember. Oh, she finally gets the discovery, and now she's going to complain about the discovery. She's been crying, I need my discovery. Well, now you're going to get it because you're representing yourself. And this is the process that we have to put in place for you to get your discovery because we don't just hand over boxes to you. We need to put them on thumb drives. So all of those pieces of paper need to be scanned and put onto a thumb drive so that she can then access it digitally. She's going to complain about that. So let's hear what she has to say.
Okay. My question is, was a notice of hearing posted or mailed to anyone to where apparently the news crews obviously got it? How is it that I do not know anything about this other than my bunk being kicked at 3 o'clock in the morning telling me I have court?
Ma'am, I have no other way to get in touch with you other than setting the hearing, which was set yesterday once I received confirmation from the jail as to the processes for how this would work. And I understand that your case is important, and I want to move as efficiently, as diligently as possible. I know that you've been waiting for this information, and it took some time to confirm the process with the jail. You've advised me that you have very limited space, you have almost no privacy, you have a small drawer where you can keep some personal effects. We could not send all of those boxes with you to the jail, and the jail advised me that they cannot take all those boxes. A process had to be created to make sure, and this is the process.
The process that I was explained after speaking to a couple of sergeants, and I've been waiting for that, and I would much rather prefer a hard copy of these to where I can write on them as opposed to anything that's on a laptop.
I am unable to provide that for you. I have been provided the process has been provided to me by the Orange County Jail. I understand that's your preference, but I can't do anything more than what I've done right now.
I understand. And I have had other information given to me, which is why I've been waiting for the boxes for them. So I don't know, is this something that I need to pursue continuously still for me to be able to receive my hard copies? Because no one tells me anything.
I cannot answer that question because that may call for me providing you legal advice, which I am prohibited from doing.
Okay, well, because I have no other way of contacting you other than in a letter, and it's AKA worldwide. So am I supposed to go back and speak to the captain and whoever else it is that I might need to speak to in order to receive these?
Again, I cannot answer that question. All I can tell you is that we will have a hearing on August 5, whereby which Prison Break Investigations will provide all of the information on USB drives. Those will be provided to a representative from the Orange County Jail, who will place all that information on a laptop for you to use, and that's accessible for your use from 0800 to 1600 every day.
Right. Okay, so I guess I will figure that out, because if I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I can't utilize the laptop, which is why another reason why I was looking forward to the hard copies. So my other question is my time prorated for the time that I've been waiting for my discovery?
I'm not sure I understand what that means.
Will I be having additional time added, or will it be extended from the time period of me waiting for my discovery still?
I'm not in a position to answer that question. I don't know what it is that you're asking for.
My pretrial is
The fact that she's asking these questions just proves that she knows nothing about the legal system, the criminal justice system. And this is the process. You now wait until your August 5th hearing, and that's when you'll get your discovery. You don't get that time back. Like, you don't get 2 weeks extended onto your trial now just because you've been waiting on this stuff. That's not how the judicial system works. But in Sarah's mind, it does.
supposedly set for September 24th, I believe it is. So obviously I will not be prepared, and obviously I do not know what I'm doing, and obviously I'm still waiting for my discovery. So for that time period that I have been waiting for almost 4 weeks now, will that be added to the time frame in order for me to be properly prepared?
As of right now, the dates are what the dates are, ma'am.
Okay, so I just missed a month.
The dates are what the dates are.
So I also sent you, I believe, 5 motions. Have you received those?
No, ma'am, I have not.
They were mailed last week.
Then I have not received them yet. The last correspondence I got from you, ma'am, was received on July 8th.
Okay. 5 motions I've mailed. They're probably sitting wherever else it is, considering it takes a day for you all to receive my mail, considering I'm right down the street from you all. So I have those also in order, which may change whatever information or anything that I'm trying to acquire in between now, the month less that I have in order to prepare for my trial. That's in October. So if you could keep an eye out for those also. I don't know who I'm supposed to ask. How did Mr. Lane come into any of this? Like, how was he called?
Mr. Lane has been your investigator in this case, and he was advised to attend this morning's hearing by virtue of being provided the discovery in order to digitize it so that you can have access to it.
The court contacted him?
I did not contact him.
Am I allowed to speak to him directly?
You can.
Mr. Lane, who contacted you in order for you to be here, please?
The JA contacted me.
If I'm pro se and my own attorney, shouldn't I be included in all of this so I know what's going on and not a surprise hearing like it is again for the second time?
Ma'am, again, this is why there were benefits to being represented by counsel. The court has already identified in its 16-page order the reasons for why you no longer have those benefits.
Right, which
It
is
makes things
malformed.
exceptionally more difficult, as I explained to you, in communicating with the court and communicating with the state attorney's office.
Isn't that what a certificate of service is for anything that's filed by anybody in the court?
There
That
was,
should be included in that.
ma'am, there was no certificate of service for setting this for today. This was coordinated by the JA. You were advised as soon as it was set yesterday.
It's just very odd to me that the news knew about it before I did.
Again, I can't speak to that.
And so nonetheless, my constitutional right to counsel is being forfeited on your behalf in the court. So now I don't get appropriate notice in preparation for me to be able to be here and doing what I'm supposed to be doing and act as and perform as?
I've already addressed the reasons, ma'am, for why there was a forfeiture and alternatively a waiver in the 16-page order that you were provided. Again, it's difficult to communicate with you based on where your current housing is. I'm not able to pick up the phone. The judicial assistant's not able to pick up the phone to communicate with you or send you an email to schedule certain things. And it leaves a little bit of a level of further complication.
How is it the news knows before I do?
You keep asking the same question, and the answer is going to be the same. I cannot answer that question for you because I do not know.
Okay. But
And how do we know that the news knew before her? How do we know that? I mean, obviously they're present, but that doesn't mean, she might have been woken up that morning, like she said, 3 in the morning, kicked. I think she might be exaggerating a little, where her bed was kicked and she was woken up to come to court. Well, that's what she says anyways. But the media might have been notified like later that morning. So we don't know who was notified first. But in Sarah's mind, the media knew before her. She's not having that. The media should not know about anything going on in her case before her.
But you do know it's harder for me.
I would agree with that, yes.
And you do know that you did not ask me any questions in regards to your order. You just read it straight off and never asked me what's what or how many with anything of it.
Ma'am, if you have questions, I can certainly try to answer them. I'm trying to facilitate you getting that information that you're certainly entitled to, and it took time for a process to be created by the Orange County Jail, as they had advised me. They do not have a place to store 2 banker's boxes of information, nor are they in a position to provide you physical copies. This is what I've been advised is the process is. As soon as that process was finalized, I set the hearing. This was finalized yesterday.
No one ever asks me. I've been waiting for the boxes. I really don't know what to say, and because I supposedly have no way to contact you other than a letter, and the same for you, I don't know how the news crews got here before I did, but I don't know, going forward, how is it that I'm supposed to be able to communicate with you other than me sitting here in front of you at these, I guess, supposed surprise hearings that I'm going to have every single time that it is that you would like to speak to me? Is that what it's going to be?
Ma'am, I cannot answer that question. All I can tell you is that you can communicate with the court through the avenues that you've been utilizing previously by and through letter writing. As I said, I do not have your letters that you sent last week. They're not in the court file, and they were not in my inbox yesterday. So as soon as I receive them, I will diligently review them, and if we have to set a hearing, you'll be properly noticed for it.
In the certificate of service.
You'll be properly noticed for it, yes, ma'am.
And will there be a proper notice for today?
Notice was performed last night. I've already explained.
Ask the news crews how they got here?
No, ma'am, I'm not going to let you do that. They're not under oath. They're not a party to this action right now.
It's wrong and it's unfair.
You're certainly entitled to that opinion.
Am I allowed to ask him a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Mr. Lane, how is it that you and I are supposed to be speaking to one another?
So my suggestion would be, since you're now the attorney and you are pro se, that either you or your honor gives me access to the jail to come visit with you, and I will be happy to do that. It is the policy of the Orange County Jail to have a letter representing from an attorney to allow me to access you. That's the reason for the past previous couple of attorneys I thought had the ability to come out and access you, but that's changed. And I'll be happy to continue to move forward with any investigative actions that can be for your defense, as long as I get their access.
So you need a letter from me,
Or the judge, or the jail, somebody that will allow me access to you. Yes, ma'am.
and I send it to you directly?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this a letter also that you'll be supplying to him?
I don't know that I'm in a position to compel the Orange County Jail to do anything.
But you are the ones who contacted him.
But I can't tell the jail, let this person come talk to you. If they have a policy where you need to provide the letter, then you need to provide the letter.
So until you have that letter, you and I will not be able to speak with one another?
I will contact the jail myself and find out if there's an exemption for pro se, or maybe they can speak to you directly to circumvent the actual letter itself.
Thank you.
Ma'am, do you have any other questions?
I don't think you have enough time. I'm just doing my best, and if you could please keep an eye out for my motions.
I will be on the lookout for them. You said there were 5, correct?
Yes.
I will
If
be
you
on.
could please include me on the certificate of service for whatever hearings that we have that are no longer a surprise for me, please.
Understood. You'll be given a copy of the court's order that I read momentarily, and I will see you both on August 5 at 8:45 in the morning. All right, thank you all very much. Mr. Cacciatore, anything further, sir?
Nothing from the state.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Oh, wait. Before you leave, that is all going to be yours. Yes, I would, sir, so that you can begin the digitization process. All right, I'll see you on the 5th. Perfect. Thank you, sir. Yes. I'm just.
All right. So that was the hearing. It was a short one, but interesting. It gives us a little taste of what trial is going to be like for Sarah Boone. It's she's got opinions. She's got lots of opinions, and she wants everybody to know them. And I think it's going to be a long trial, but we'll see. Hopefully, maybe not. But I mean, she's got an attitude with this judge already. This is the second judge now. She is her ninth or 10th attorney herself, And it's just it's insane how many people she's gone through, how many attorneys she's gone through, judges, just because they're not giving her the answers that she wants. And you can see that there's not enough time in the world for you to answer my questions, Judge. I've got so many questions and things to say to you, but you're not, let's not deal with that now. It's insane. She's definitely got some kind of personality disorder, I would think. I am not I'm not equipped or qualified to diagnose people, but um, come across a lot of narcissists in my life, a lot of people with personality disorders that are difficult to deal with, and she is definitely one of those. Can't say she's a narcissist or anything like that. I just feel like she has some underlying issues that might make it difficult for her to engage with others in an appropriate way. Kind of snotty, rude, has a kind of an entitled air about her. As at least that's what I am observing from her. And I want to like her. I do. I mean, I want to like give her my sympathy or empathy if she is, the things that she claims, the battered wife or whatever syndrome that she might have had, if if she really is suffering from that. We'll see. Hopefully in trial, we'll get more information on that. She claims she's a better, she did what she did out of battered wife syndrome, and I think that has been where she's kind of wanted to go with her defense. And my speculation is that other attorneys may not have wanted to go that route potentially. Plus, she seems really needy and wanting their attention constantly, so that might have been part of the problem. But regardless, here we are. So hopefully, Judge, what's his name, Kranick, or Kranick, the old one, I can't remember now. Whatever judge this is, I hope he is ready for her. He seems like he has a really nice disposition because even though she's kind of rude and snotty with him, he seems really mellow key and like low key with her, and he's just like, "This is facts. This is what I'm going to give you." And I've dealt with a million people like you before in my life. Is kind of the impression that I get from the judge. Like your attitude doesn't sway me one bit. So I like that about him, and hopefully we get to see more of this judge and see him kind of shut Sarah up when she gets on when she gets on some kind of rant, because you could see that he easily was like, "Well, I can't do anything about that, ma'am." So like he just shuts her down when she's complaining, when he can, when he needs to. So we'll see, I'm sure, more of that. This was probably just a little sample, like I said, of what trial's going to be like. When is trial? I think it's October something. Hold on. Sarah Boone trial. Trial date. It was June 7th. I think it's October 17th now or something like that. There were a lot of different court dates, so it's really hard to keep up. These are all saying June 7th. Why can you not find trial dates? What is this stuff? October. Here, October. So she was on her eighth lawyer, so she is her ninth lawyer, it seems. That's all the information it gives me. It doesn't say, sorry, I'm trying to find this information for you. It doesn't, trial delays. Oh, come on. Get out of here. beginning of October. What the heck? Hold on. It's bothering me. All right, it's October 7th. I was 10 days off. It's October 7th um this year for that's her latest because the trial has been moved and moved and moved. So couldn't remember when it was. So it's October 7th. It's the latest court uh, date for Sarah Boone. She's asking now for another month because she didn't get her discovery. She's got to wait on them putting it on flash drives for her. So now she's got to wait. Like all this delays. It delays. The whole, you know, complaining about your lawyers that delays when your trial's going to be. All this back and forth. But this judge is like, I'm not having anything with your delaying tactics anymore. So here we have it. October 7th is the court date. Discovery is going to be given to her August 5th. So she really doesn't have a whole lot of time. It's August, September. That's like 2 months she's got to prep for her for trial. She's not going to have a whole lot of time. So she better get cracking when that discovery comes in. Do you guys think that there will be a delay or a continuance of the trial? She's probably going to try. I wonder what her motions are. That's probably one of them. I would like to read them. Once they come out, I will definitely do a video on those. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Uh, be sure that you are subscribed and please like this video on your way out. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now. If you've been impacted by a true crime and would like your story told in your own words, or if you or someone you know has been wrongfully convicted or accused of a crime, please write to crimeincourtchannel@gmail.com and tell us your real crime encounters. Thanks for watching.